Imagine this. You're out for a late night smoke in your backyard, staring off into the dark when you see it. A weird-ass figure, pale as hell, gliding across the lawn. No arms, no face, just two tall, skinny legs with a tiny little torso wobbling along like it's out for a casual midnight stroll. You rub your eyes, convinced you're tripping. But nope, it's still there, moving like it's not even touching the ground. Then it just disappears into the shadows, leaving you standing there like, what the actual fuck did I just see? And here's the twist. You're not alone. People have reported seeing these strange walking creatures in the dead of night for years. Mostly in Fresno, California, but occasionally in other places too. They're called the Fresno Nightcrawlers, and they've got the internet buzzing with theories. Some say they're cryptids. Some think they're aliens. And others insist it's just a clever hoax. But no one can really explain what the hell they are, or why they move like they've got a bad case of hemorrhoids. So, what are these bizarre walking creatures that defy explanation? Are they harmless watchers from another dimension, or just some dude's weird art project gone viral? Whatever the answer, one thing's for sure. They're odd as hell, and their mystery is only getting weirder. All right, let's dive into one of the weirdest cryptids out there, the Fresno Nightcrawler. If you haven't heard of it, buckle up, because this little guy is a modern-day mystery that's been screwing with people's heads since it first showed up on a grainy-ass security camera in the late 2000s. Unlike Bigfoot or the Mothman, which come with decades of sightings and legends, the Nightcrawler is kind of a baby in the cryptid world. It's got a few video clips and some wild anecdotes, but somehow it's become one of the most talked about creatures on the internet. Why? Because it's fucking bizarre. I mean, just look at it. The Nightcrawler doesn't roar or fly or eat your livestock. It just glides around like a pair of ghostly pants on a midnight stroll. That's it. It doesn't attack people. It doesn't leave claw marks. It doesn't even seem to notice humans. And honestly, that makes it weirdly charming. Peaceful even. Most cryptids have this whole creepy killer vibe. But the Nightcrawler is like, nah, I'm just here to chill. That doesn't mean it's not unsettling though. Its strange movements and otherworldly appearance have sparked endless debates. Is it an alien casually checking out Earth? Some cryptid we've never documented before? Or just an elaborate hoax cooked up by some dude with way too much time on his hands? Everyone's got an opinion, but no one knows what's up. And that's where the intrigue comes in. With so little to go on, the Fresno Nightcrawler sits in this fascinating space between folklore and internet meme. It's like a modern campfire story for the digital age, where the line between reality and bullshit gets blurrier the more you look at it. So let's dive deeper into this eerie little enigma and see if we can figure out what the hell is going on. Let's talk about the Fresno Nightcrawler, because honestly, what the hell is this thing? Seriously, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This weird little creature that looks like it walked straight out of an acid dream. Imagine something about 4 feet tall, skinny as hell with long-ass legs, and the tiniest torso you've ever seen. No head, No arms, no face, just 2 legs and a little blob on top, like someone forgot how to finish making a person. And those legs? They're the star of the fucking show. The Fresno Nightcrawler doesn't walk like you or me. It glides. Its movements are slow, smooth, and creepy as all hell, like a marionette being dragged by invisible strings. Honestly, watching it move feels wrong. Like your brain can't quite figure out how it's doing what it's doing. It's almost hypnotic in a get this thing out of my nightmares kind of way. Now, here's where it gets really screwed up. Those legs, they don't move like normal legs. They bend and sway in ways that just shouldn't be possible. They completely defy physics. The way it moves makes no sense. It's too fluid, too unnatural. Almost like it's not walking at all, but floating just above the ground. Imagine trying to walk with your knees made of jelly and your feet never really touching the floor. Been there. I felt like that at the last music festival I went to. And the simplicity of it, that's what makes it so damn unsettling. Most cryptids come with all kinds of features. Claws, wings, glowing eyes, the whole I'll eat your soul package. Not the Nightcrawler. Hell no. It's like someone took the idea of a monster and stripped it down to the bare minimum. No flashy bullshit. Just those long legs wobbling its way through the night. And somehow, that makes it scarier than half the monsters you've ever heard of. It's almost like its simplicity is the point. It doesn't need to growl or chase you to freak you out. Its very existence feels wrong. Like it's not supposed to be here. It's the kind of thing that makes you question reality itself. And let's be real, if you saw this thing outside your window, you'd lose your shit. It's not aggressive at all. It's not running at you with its claws out, roaring so loud your eardrums start to tickle. But there's something about it that's just deeply unsettling. It's the way it moves, the way it seems to float through the night like it's not bound by the same rules of existence as the rest of us. It's like it exists in its own little bubble of reality, where gravity and common sense don't apply. So, yeah, the Fresno Nightcrawler is as weird as they come. It doesn't need teeth or glowing eyes to send a chill down your spine. It just glides along, quiet and strange, leaving you wondering what the hell you just saw. And honestly, that's what makes it so unforgettable. It's not just another monster. It's a walking question mark daring you to figure out what it is and where it came from. If you've ever felt like the world is hiding secrets too bizarre to explain, the Fresno Nightcrawler is Exhibit A. A skinny little cryptid that moves with a purpose. Simple, creepy, unexplainable. And we're just getting started. The evidence that's been recorded so far is completely mind-blowing. When it comes to sightings, this is where the Fresno Nightcrawler really shines, or maybe shuffles, depending on how you look at it. And let's be clear, we're not talking about some random dude claiming he saw it over a campfire in a six-pack. Hell no, we've got actual videos. Sure, some are grainy as hell and about as clear as looking through a foggy shower door, but hot damn if they don't give you the chills. 4 separate clips, each weird as fuck, showing these long-legged bastards doing their thing. These videos are what turned the Fresno Nightcrawler from a small-town curiosity into an internet legend. So, let's dive into the footage that made us all say, "What the hell is that?" The first sighting that started this whole thing was on November 5th, 2007 in Fresno, California. A fella named Jose was having problems with his dog barking every night. So he decided to mount a security camera on his garage to see if he could find out why his dog was freaking the fuck out. He figured it was probably some wild animal or possibly an intruder. That following evening, after midnight, his dog started barking like crazy again. Nearly knocking his equipment over, he anxiously checked the video feed and couldn't believe his eyes. He saw this thing walking across his yard. I know. It's blurry! It was recorded directly to a VHS tape system. Y'all remember those? Man, I'm getting old. What really sucked about this surveillance system was that if the video were rewound, the video would be overwritten on playback. Jose knew this, so he pulled out his video camera and recorded it directly from the monitor. That's why it's blurry. It's still clear enough to see it. It was so fucked up looking, he contacted the police. He played the video for the cops and they had no idea what it was. So he decided to go public with it. Jose took his video to television network Univision. The network contacted known paranormal investigator Victor Camacho, the host of the Spanish-speaking supernatural program Los Desvelados, or The Sleepless Ones. Victor analyzed it and presented it to the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, a non-profit organization run by volunteers who study UFO sightings. After several experts reviewed it, MUFON determined the authenticity of the footage to be inconclusive. So the TLDR, the paranormal investigator, thought it looked like an alien, took it to a group with expertise in alien shit, and they said they didn't know what the fuck it is. But once the media got a hold of this video, this legend went viral. The second sighting of the Fresno Nightcrawler was on March 28, 2011. Only this one wasn't in Fresno. It was in Yosemite National Park, about 123 miles north of Fresno. Trespassers had been damaging the property at the national park in the off hours, so park officials set up CCTV cameras to catch the assholes. The camera captured small, white, wobbly, humanoid-like figures walking down the park path. This time, there were two of them, one big one and one small one, like a baby Fresno Nightcrawler with its mom. They casually walked behind some trees from left to right before eventually walking off screen. The video was a little better on this one. Everybody wondered, where did they come from? What did they want? Was this fucking real or total bullshit? These creatures resembled the earlier descriptions of the Fresno Nightcrawler, small with long, thin legs that seemed to make up most of their bodies. This sighting gained attention because it mirrored the original 2007 footage from Fresno, leading many to believe it was additional evidence of the Nightcrawler's existence. Much like the earlier sighting, no conclusive explanation has been reached. The video has been featured on various paranormal-focused media, including reality TV and cryptid lore discussions. Despite skepticism about hoaxes or simple misinterpretations, the Yosemite footage reinforced the enduring mystery of the Fresno Nightcrawler, further cementing its place in cryptid folklore. It remains one of the most debated pieces of evidence in this case. The next sighting of the Fresno Nightcrawler was in Poland in 2017. It's one of the more obscure reports, so there's not a lot of info out there on it, but it lines up spot on with the creature's general description. Captured on a handheld camera, the footage is shaky, but it briefly shows a figure identical to the Fresno Nightcrawler. The creature's traits, a tall, thin frame, long legs, and a strange gliding gait, match earlier sightings in California, particularly the Yosemite footage from 2011. The Poland sighting has been grouped with other sightings, like those in Fresno and Yosemite, as part of the Nightcrawler lore. The most recent sighting in Billings, Montana, was captured on a home surveillance system at 9:45 p.m. on April 25, 2020. Sean Reagan spotted a deer carcass laying in his driveway one morning. He couldn't figure out what the fuck happened to it. How did it end up there? If it was due to a mountain lion, it would have been picked down to the bone. He figured he would check the camera footage to see if it caught what happened to the deer. After a few replays, he noticed in the top right-hand corner of the frame, a shadowy humanoid of virtually all legs can be seen creeping into the frame, then ducking out quickly. At the time, Sean had never heard of the Fresno Nightcrawler. He put the video out on the web and asked if anyone can tell what this is. The overwhelming response was, "That's without a doubt a Fresno Nightcrawler." These sightings paint a picture of the Fresno Nightcrawler as one of the most bizarre and enigmatic cryptids out there. From its eerie, leg-heavy strut in Fresno, to its unexpected appearance in Yosemite, Poland, and Montana, each encounter raises more questions than answers. The creature's surreal movements, ghostly appearance, and the puzzling lack of aggression only deepen the mystery. Are we looking at elaborate hoaxes, misunderstood natural phenomena, or genuine brushes with the unknown? Hang on, because next, we're diving into the wild theories and potential explanations behind the Fresno Nightcrawler legend. All right, let's tackle the big question. What the hell are the Fresno Nightcrawlers? We're going to start with the skeptics because those folks always have something to say. To start off, the video's super grainy. Like the quality is so bad, it could have been shot with a toaster. And that opens the door to a lot of "it's fake" arguments. I mean, when you're working with blurry footage, it's like giving hoaxers a free pass. Nothing looks real when it's that pixelated. If you squint, those long, creepy legs could just be someone in a weird costume. Or, shit, I don't know, a runaway lampshade. Now, let's get into the specifics of how it could have been faked, starting with puppetry. Think about it. Some crafty bastard with strings, a white sheet, and way too much free time could possibly pull this off. Drape some fabric over a stick, give it a little bounce, and voila, instant Fresno Nightcrawler. Puppetry's been around for centuries, and if someone knows what they're doing, they could make this thing look damn convincing, even on camera. Now I get a rain on the skeptics parade. The only thing is, this was tried on Sci-Fi Channel's Fact or Fake series. They had a team of engineers attempting to rig up a puppet. Long story short, they couldn't get the puppet to move/walk the same way it did in the video, with the knees bending in the opposite direction, like bending backwards instead of forward. Their conclusion was that it was not faked. And that's about as far as they went, of course. And then there's CGI. It's the internet after all, and half the spooky shit you see online turns out to be some dude in his mom's basement getting creative with After Effects. Grainy video actually helps sell CGI because the bad quality hides the telltale signs of fakery. Smooth out the edges, dim the lighting, and suddenly you've got a cryptid people can't stop talking about. Could the Fresno Nightcrawler be some viral prank by a tech-savvy hoaxer? Sure, but honestly, it doesn't scream obvious CGI to me. It's way too fluid, too weirdly natural, which makes me think there might be something more going on here. But enough of the skeptics. Let's get to the believer side of things, because this is where shit gets fun. First up, aliens. Oh hell yeah. The Nightcrawler's got major ET vibes. Its weird-ass proportions, its creepy gliding movement, that's not anything you'd find on Earth. No arms, no face, just legs strutting around like they own the place. It's almost like they're built for a completely different environment. Maybe one with less gravity and swampy conditions. I think that they're just scoping us out, wondering why humans have so many appendages. Giggity. Then there's the interdimensional theory. What if these PJ Wanderers aren't even from this universe? Picture this. Some cosmic glitch rips open a hole between dimensions and out stroll the Fresno Nightcrawlers, completely unaware they're freaking us the fuck out. They don't move like they belong here. It's almost like they're not fully locked into our reality. It's as if they're phasing in and out, casually breaking all the laws of physics while we're over here losing our shit. But here's where it gets even more interesting. These Nightcrawlers bear a striking resemblance to beings described in Native American folklore. Some tribes talk about tall, ghostly figures connected to the spirit world, peaceful entities that watch over the natural order. Could the Fresno Nightcrawlers be modern manifestations of these ancient spirits? Maybe they've always been here, hiding in plain sight, and we're just catching glimpses of them now because we've got HD motion cameras with IR in every backyard. Finally, let's not rule out the cryptid angle. Could the Fresno Nightcrawlers be some undiscovered species? Abso-fucking-lutely. They look bizarre as hell. Think of the deep-sea creatures with glowing faces, or the mantis shrimp with its freaky Technicolor vision. The natural world is full of surprises, so why not add a long-legged, night-walking weirdo to the mix? Maybe they're just really good at hiding, or maybe we've only seen the tip of the iceberg. So, what are the Fresno Nightcrawlers? A hoax? Aliens? Interdimensional travelers? An undiscovered species? Honestly, nobody knows. And that's what makes them so fascinating. They're strange, eerie, and defy explanation. And sometimes the best part of a mystery is never really solving it. So here we are, folks, at the end of this wild ride. And honestly, the Fresno Nightcrawler is still weird as hell. Somehow, this little cryptid with no arms, no face, and a serious leg game has managed to wiggle its way into the hearts and nightmares of people all over the hot damn world. Why? Because it's fascinating. It's not violent or grotesque. It's not some bloodthirsty beast lurking in the woods. It's just there, strutting its weird little legs across our screens and our imaginations, refusing to explain itself. And that's the thing, isn't it? The mystery. We don't have piles of evidence or endless sightings, but what we do have sticks in your brain like the lyrics to Country Roads. It doesn't matter if you're a skeptic or a full-blown believer. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The Fresno Nightcrawler just doesn't fit in any neat box, and that makes it unforgettable. It's like this bizarre Rorschach test for all the strange shit we don't understand about our world. Now, here's the bombshell. We may never know what the Fresno Nightcrawler is, and maybe that's okay. The mystery is part of what keeps us hooked, right? It's like an unsolved puzzle that teases us, making us wonder about what's really out there. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Is it a hoax? An alien? A cryptid? Some interdimensional asshole who accidentally pushed the wrong button? Let me know in the comments. But before you go and forget all about this leggy freak, let me leave you with one last thought. What if the Fresno Nightcrawler is still out there, gliding through the night, watching us from the shadows? Hell, what if they're watching you right now? If you feel like this video kicked ass, tap that like button and subscribe. That way you won't miss out on more of my fucked up commentary. And besides, I really do appreciate it. I like the Fresno Nightcrawler. For once, it's not a cryptid trying to scare the shit out of me. What do y'all think? And last, but definitely not least, check out my kick fucking ass merch. The link's down in the distraction. I've got Scarinator t-shirts and tanks, Stay Creepy t-shirts, tanks, mugs, stickers, and all kinds of epic stuff. Until next time, y'all keep it real, keep it chill, and stay creepy! Catch you on the flip. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. You are the real beast.